On a cold December morning in Manhattan, a healthcare executive walked along a midtown sidewalk on his way to work. Moments later, he was found on the pavement, bleeding and alone, after being shot in the street. The man accused of killing him is Luigi Mangione. While prosecutors call it a deliberate assassination, a troubling reality has emerged since his arrest. Many in the public don't see him as a monster. They see him as a symbol. This has transformed the case from a simple courtroom matter into something much bigger. The Luigi Mangione case is unlike any story I've covered. It's a legal battle unfolding amid public anger, shattered trust in the healthcare system, and a nation deeply divided over who deserves sympathy and what defines justice. Brian Thompson was the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, one of the largest health insurance companies in the country. The man accused of killing him may have believed he was fighting back against a system he felt had failed him and millions of others. As this case approaches trial, prosecutors face a unique challenge. They must persuade a jury not only that Mangione committed the crime, but also that his actions are not justified by the broken system he despised. Before the shooting, Thompson's wife told investigators that her husband had received threats. He didn't know the details, but some people were apparently upset about coverage denials. It was a disturbing sign of the anger boiling beneath the surface. Brian Thompson grew up in Jewell, Iowa, where his father worked at a grain elevator. He was valedictorian of his high school class in 1993. He graduated from the University of Iowa in 1997 with highest honors, earning a degree in accounting. Thompson started his career at PricewaterhouseCoopers before joining United Health Group in 2004, eventually becoming CEO of UnitedHealthcare in April 2021. He and his wife Paulette, a physical therapist, raised 2 boys in Maple Grove, Minnesota. On December 4th, 2024, at 6:44 a.m., Thompson was walking to an investor conference at the New York Hilton in Midtown Manhattan. A masked gunman had been waiting. As Thompson approached the hotel entrance, the shooter came up behind him and fired multiple shots, hitting him in the back and leg. Security cameras captured the attack as Thompson collapsed on the sidewalk. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but he died from his injuries. Mangione was born into a prominent Baltimore family. He attended the renowned Gilman School, where he was valedictorian, and then earned both bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Pennsylvania. After college, he worked as a data engineer at TrueCar in Santa Monica. In early 2022, he moved to Hawaii and spent 6 months at Surf Break, a co-living space in Honolulu. Friends remember him as a thoughtful person with a thirst for knowledge. His life seemed perfect. However, beneath the surface, he battled a spinal condition called spondylolisthesis, where a vertebra slips out of alignment and presses on nerves. The condition troubled him for years, but it worsened significantly in Hawaii. After a basic surf lesson, he was bedridden for a week. His back pain became so severe it affected everything, from exercising to his personal relationships. His roommate later told reporters that Mangione knew that being physically intimate while dealing with his condition wasn't possible, and it weighed heavily on him. In mid-2023, Mangione had spinal fusion surgery with screws and rods installed in his spine. He shared an X-ray of the hardware on social media. For a while, it appeared to be working. He posted on Reddit about his recovery, encouraging others to stand up to doctors who told them they had to accept pain. But then everything changed. He became more isolated, stopped replying to messages, and eventually disappeared completely. His family became so worried that they contacted his high school friends to find out if anyone had heard from him. Reports show Mangione spent time in Japan after the surgery, living alone and disconnected from those who cared about him. Some who knew him believed the surgery or its complications led to a darker phase. Others mentioned the months of chronic pain and isolation beforehand. By summer 2024, Luigi Mangione had disappeared from the lives of almost everyone who knew him. When police arrested Mangione in Pennsylvania 5 days after the shooting, they found a handwritten manifesto in his possession. In it, he allegedly railed against what he called parasites in the healthcare system and condemned the power and profits of health insurers. Investigators think Mangione may have blamed the insurance industry for his own suffering, though it's unclear whether his surgery or treatment was actually denied or delayed by an insurer. What is clear is that millions of Americans share frustrations with a system that feels broken. Stories of denied claims, delayed care, and crushing medical debt are all too common. However, prosecutors argue he crossed a line from grievances into violence. From a legal perspective, the evidence against Mangione seems strong. Authorities say they recovered a 3D printed ghost gun, believed to be the murder weapon, along with a silencer, ammunition, and writings indicating the attack was planned. Surveillance footage shows a masked gunman shooting Thompson from behind. He was also allegedly carrying a fake New Jersey ID that matched the one used to check into a Manhattan hostel days before the killing. On paper, it appears to be convincing, but the defense isn't disputing what was found. They're questioning how it was obtained. The court has conducted extensive pretrial hearings centered on Mangione's arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The defense claims that important evidence was collected improperly, particularly targeting the warrantless search of Mangione's backpack after his arrest at a McDonald's. Body camera footage shows officers searching the bag before reading Mangione his Miranda rights. Defense attorneys argue that if proper procedures had been followed, officers wouldn't have had instant access to the gun, notebook, and writings inside. If the judge agrees, even in part, crucial evidence could be excluded. Judge Gregory Caro is expected to decide on the admissibility of the evidence in May 2026, and that decision could determine the case's outcome. Initially, prosecutors also charged Mangione with terrorism-related murder, but those charges were dropped in September 2025. He still faces second-degree murder charges in state court and separate federal charges that could lead to the death penalty. Since Mangione's arrest, he has gained a cult following. Supporters gather outside courthouses during his hearings, with some wearing green to show solidarity with the Super Mario character Luigi. Social media has been flooded with posts praising him as a folk hero. When UnitedHealth Group posted condolences on Facebook after Thompson's death, over 100,000 people responded with laughing reactions. And yes, I double-checked that number for accuracy. Opinion polls show a division. Most American adults believe the killing was unjustifiable, but younger generations are more inclined to see it as acceptable. This generational gap underscores larger frustrations with the healthcare system, a factor that will influence this case in court. It requires 12 jurors to convict, yet even one holdout can lead to a mistrial. That's it for this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.